There's a part in the Bible where there's a guy called Job who's going through a lot of suffering, and his friend is there, Eliphaz, and he says, well, if I was you, I'd lay all of it down before God, give your cause over to him, because he can provide us with blessings that cannot be fathomed and miracles that can't be counted. And I guess that's where I started my journey with God. I don't have any kind of Christian influence on my life. My parents are not Christians. But when you're told that you're dying, you kind of just turn to wherever you can. I turn to him, and I believe that in his faithfulness to my prayers, that's why I can stand here and give you this story today. When you're told that you've got 2 days left to live, you don't really know where to turn. All around me there was people who were just trying to find someone to blame, and God normally got the brunt of that. I turned to God in the ever so slight knowledge I had about him. So over the 3 years of my treatment, I would regularly pray. I just know that God was there. I felt strengthened that there were so many others around me who just suffered and strained, and I knew that with God by my side that I would get through it. I came to the end of my 3-year treatment, and I thought that I'd gained a freedom. The friends that I started to associate with, I'd tell them these stories of when I prayed. And there was one situation where I prayed for guys with cystic fibrosis and they were discharged the next day. That was massive. I would tell my friends about these things and they would say, no, that just didn't happen. I wasn't unhappy, but at the same time, I wasn't satisfied. When I was 15 and I'd been off treatment for 2 years, thinking that I'd gained this freedom, I started to question the suffering that had gone on in my life. And you start to think, is God being unfair? And I was searching and seeking for answers to this, and nothing in the world could provide me with the answer. I've been going to the Friday youth group, but I'd been going just for the fun, to spend more time with my friends, and I then got invited to big church, as it were. Whilst God hasn't given me all the answers as to why these things have gone on, I know that He'll use all things for good. And I knew that in my life what I had encountered, God would use for good. And I realised that actually I wasn't suffering because of any wrong that I had done, or any wrong my mum had done, or any wrong that my grandparents had done, because that was covered by Christ, that he died for me. I am satisfied, and I just know that God is strengthening me and giving me strength.